Okay. Okay, we should be up and moving. Yep, there we go. That's all set. Got the second screen here, so I'll be able to check that out. And the only thing I will need now is I will need a link. Yep, that's what I need right there. We're going to go share this here. This computer has just about had it. It's right on the verge of being done for. We're just using it as a second screen. But there's some things to figure out here. Here's this. We need to figure out who we're going after next. Okay, so next is Koga, so we are going down to the Safari Zone, and we're going to check out that area. We're going to try to take that gym. That's our next step, is Koga. We've done all the things we need to do here. Yeah, because we took out that gym. We'll put things away once we get to the Safari Zone. Let's share this on controller pile up, shall we? Paste. And let's also share it on Fandom Night. Down the hill. Then we'll close that. We don't need that. There's that. Whoop. I've already checked all the in-between spots and everything like that. There we go. All right. We'll worry about that in a second. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put some stuff away. Okay. Let's deposit. Let's deposit these. We're not going to come across anything else that we really want right now. We've taken out both of them, so the Poke Flute is useless. And we're not fishing, so we don't need the Super Rod. Currently, nothing can fly, so we're going to also deposit HM02 until we're ready to use that. So, that should be all of that. Now we need to stock up on some of the stuff that we're missing. No, that's actually a falsity. I have beat the game at least 5 different times in my youth with single Pokemon. So, you're wrong. I remember the first time I ever did it, it was with Machop. Okay, yeah, this is Bill's family. We might be ready to fight him, but we're going to check out this area. Because we are out of potions and everything. Okay. Lapras. Okay. That's a Lapras. The upgrades were very important. Okay, let's see. Ultra Ball, Great Ball, Super Potions. We still have those, so let's put 10 more of those in our stock. Since I don't think we're carrying any of them now. Revives, we'll do another 5, which I think we are already carrying 5 of them, but whatever. Full heals, I think they cure like Awakening and everything. So they're pretty much the... What we'll do is we'll buy like 10 of these. No, we'll buy more than that. We'll buy like 20 of these mugs. And then we don't have to worry about replacing the Awakenings and things like that as we run out of them. We have the full heals. We have to do the Safari. If I remember right, that's where we're going to get the whole gold teeth thing. This whole area is essentially like a Pokemon zoo now that I remember. Yeah, what's he? Kabuto? Neat! I think that was a Voltorb or something. Chansey. Okay. Neat. What are you? Voltorb. I figured. That item ball. Dumpy thing. Zoo in front of the entrance. Yeah. If I remember right, there was some reason for that. It had something to do with guns appearing in the episode, and America kind of freaked out, and we left that out. Okay. We can't do anything for him. We need his teeth. And then we also... We need to be able to move this rock, and we can't do that without strength, and I think we have to beat Koga to get strength. No, I don't like to fish, so I don't want your frickin' other fishing pole. I have enough frickin' fishing poles. I don't even use them. Not in this run. Okay. Slowpoke, very knowledgeable. Okay. He and Slowpoke both neat. Okay, that's fun. Who's this dude? Yeah, because he's missing his teeth. Can't look at that. Can we look at that? No. Okay, so we're on our way. Okay, let's go in here, because I'm pretty sure this is where you find the dude's teeth. Or maybe you get strength and you move that rock and that's where his teeth are. I don't know. We're gonna go in here and do this one time just for the sake of because I seem to remember there being something in here, but I could be very wrong. It's been very, very long time. What's this? Okay. So far we found nothing in the first area, so we'll go on to the second area. I really don't care about catching anything here. We're going to go over here. Ugh. It's going to happen a lot because we're not actually catching anything. We might come across something. What's this? Carbos. Not what we needed. I think Carbos raises your special. Oh, speed. Well, he could use that regardless. There's something up there. Oh, what's this? Max potion? It's something. Ooh, there's a thing over here. Nope. We already had one of you. Oh, what's that? Egg bomb. Pointless for us. We're just gonna put that in the item storage. Full restore. A rest house. He caught a Chansey. That's a badass. Yeah, it would. I remember that. I remember catching a Chansey. I remember this is also where I caught my Scyther. Oh, I loved Scyther. Oh. Damn, look at him. He's cool. Why'd it crack you up in the anime? That's right, we are timed. I'd forgotten. So even if we're not catching anything, we only have so much time to find this old dude's teeth. Damn! Makes me wonder how many steps we get. That's okay. It's only 500 to get in here, so we just pay it again if we don't find the dude's teeth this run. But I just have this feeling that they were in here. Nope, not worried about him. Oh, what's that? Okay, well, let's at least see what we just found. TM40. Skull Bash. Ooh, we got a good set of people that could do it, too. I could replace the Swift and have a sturdy physical attack for him. Because if he runs into something and we're in some kind of trouble and he's out, all he's really got is the electric and a quick attack. You know what? I think we're going to do it because, like, Nidoking has Thrash. He's doing fine. He's got the Fire Punch and he's got the Comet Punch, and he'll get more punches once we get to 38 and 44 and so on. So that's fine. Shell Shocker is fine. His moveset is pretty fine right now. So I think we are going to do this. I think we'll replace Swift. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Thundershock, Thunderbolt, Swift, and then if I have to go first, I got that quick attack. There, he's got a solid major attack. You don't, what do you mean you wonder why? You're the one that had to have done it. You had to put a fire rock to the Eevee, unless you just got a bunch of rocks sitting around your house and it went and played with one. Like, what the crap? What do you mean you don't? What do you mean you wonder why? You have to know why. Oop, what's that? Protein. Okay, so we're going to have to, now that we know that, because we're definitely not done in there. We explored the entire first area. Yeah, let me go. Okay, so now this time we're just going straight over. Okay, now we're in the second area. Ugh. Sorry, I took 2 steps. Okay. I think we went down, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Good. Okay. Now we're back in that third area that we were checking out. So this time we're going to walk over here, see if we can find anything. Nothing. Dang. Oh. Well, that was a waste. Ugh. Do. Okay, have we been there? Yeah, this is where we were when it cut us off. Okay. Gold teeth. There. That's the director. That's what we need to give to the director. Ooh, what's that? Double team. Okay, that'll go in the box. Oh, I had completely forgot about that. Okay. He's going to be the one that we surf with, so let's go ahead and give that to him now. Okay, right now we're doing bite, we're doing dig, we're doing bubble beam, we're doing ice beam. Bubble beam, I'm pretty sure is not as strong as surf, so surf is going to get it here, and we're finally going to be without bubble beam. I could replace bite, but I like the fact that right now he's got a dark, well, okay, bite is normal in this old game, so there's normal, there's ground, there's water, and there's ice. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and make that sacrifice there. Bubble beam is gone. It's done its job. And now the only thing left to worry about is getting somebody to fly. And now just in case we come across something else. Oh, there's nothing here. So now we're just... Oh, dupe, dupe. We're done. Sure, I got a great haul. I caught nothing. Okay. And we'll go down to the director's place. And we'll go give him his teeth. Oh, that's right. And then I think he demonstrates strength, doesn't he? I can't remember. Regardless, let's give him these gold teeth. It isn't the time to use that, okay, so I'll talk to him. There, yeah, there's strength. Okay, and we can't use it yet, but we do have to have somebody on the team that's rocking strength. So let's see who we can give it to. Okay, so Gloves could rock strength for us. He's going to have Fire Punch, Lightning Punch, and Electric Punch. And then I guess Strength would make sense. That's a... I think that would make sense. I think it would work for us. Because I don't know about putting 2 HMs on Shell Shocker. I don't like how that feels. So we'll give one to Gloves. Nidoking is not going to be with us forever, so... We're going to get rid of Agility for Strength. We can't use it outside of battle right now. I'm almost positive we haven't. Really? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's... Amp is currently our lowest level person. We're going to hold on to these. Okay, now let's go over to the Poke Center and we'll get rid of these items that we're carrying that we don't want. And then the only thing left to do is teach Fly to somebody, and we have all the HMs covered. And Fly is a decent move, so we'll end up giving that to the Aerodactyl when we get him. I think this healing here is pointless right now. I think we're already full life, but whatever, we'll do it. Then we'll go see what Koga's going to be like. Deposit item. We'll also get rid of that. We'll get rid of 3. We'll get rid of 4. There. Save here. Go in. See what happens. This guy had like a level 38 dude. But he may have only had one dude, and that may have been somewhat off-putting when we first walked in here. So, I know that Spoopy is important in here. I know that Shell Shock is important in here. Those are the big hitters in this gym for us right now, anyway. And, actually, Gloves may be helpful as well, because he has the Fire Punch, and depending on what comes out. So let's see how this goes. Oh shit, it's a juggler. Drowsy. What do we have in the front? Okay. And our level is... Yeah, so that guy was misleading. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, damn it. Come on. Hypnosis. Land. Yes. Let's do some dream eating. Man, psychics are ridiculously. Kadabra. Oh, yes. Oh, of course. Try again. Okay, let's land a couple nightshades. This gym is confusing. I feel like Koga is the poison gym and we're in here fighting a bunch of psychics. He's going to send out a sleeping guy anyway, so let's give it to Amp. Maybe we can get a level up off of it. And even if he wakes up, we'll do the quick attack. There. Wonderful. Yes. Got to admit, the psychic things... You wanted to become a ninja. Another juggler. All right. I kind of wish this wasn't my cheap tactic for dealing with psychic guys, but like, there's nothing you can do. I want to say in tournaments they outlaw sleep. Specifically because of this bullshit I'm doing right now. Okay, that's two of these guys down. And why is this gym like filled with, like, what about the snakes? And like, there's plenty of poison guys. Amp isn't actually weak to psychic. I mean, he's still going to get wrecked if he gets hit hard, but he at least can come out here and do like a thunderbolt. You would. Is this what we're gonna do? Just spam the Thunderbolt. That's fine. We have antidotes. There. Got rid of Drowsy. And we'll just keep him out and do the same thing. There. This gym is really stupid. Okay, come down here with more freaking... They're talking about ninjas and poison and everybody's psychic guys so far. Oh my gosh. Something poison. That means my attack is not just cheapness now, it actually serves a purpose. Strong versus poison. Sand Slash. Yes, we will change, actually, because this is a good chance for Petals to get in here and get a little bit. And Petals has Mega Drain now. Mega! Oh, come on. Come on. He's right there. You see him. See him with your eyes, Petals. Oh, come on. That should not poison me. Good. Damn. Land it. Got it. Arbok. We're going to change... Change back to Spoopy. No, you know what? We will go Shell Shocker on this one. Bam! Good night. I mean, I should have known, but I think I was busy arguing today on the stream, and I didn't even celebrate the fact that I got Blastoise. I should have been celebrating that, but I was irritated because the same situation that's been happening, just toxic fandom, just people wanting to argue over things that just don't make any sense, that aren't worth fighting about. Yeah, that happened to me today earlier on the stream. And I was dumb. I took the bait. I answer whatever questions come my way. Good. That does practically nothing to me. We'll drop this Mega Drain on him. Bam. Nice. One more, he'll be done. Ooh, that crit hurt. All right. Yes, we will change. Go back to Shell Shock and drop another dig. Yeah. I shouldn't have been arguing with him. I really shouldn't have. Okay. We'll drop one of these on pedals. I descend from so far, there's very few things in here that actually make sense for this gym. Once again, psychic, weird, frickin' elephant, short elephant nose looking mug. Which makes no sense. Oh shit. Hypno got hit by Hypno. Okay, let's drop some nightshades on this mug. Bam! You just stay sleeping. More than fine with it. You just sleep your day away. Bam! Okay, got him. Now the other one is still asleep, so we are going to switch to Amp and let Amp get this experience. Skull Bash. Okay. And that's Koga right there. Everybody's fine so far. I don't know if we will regret this, but we're going to put gloves at the front. Yeah, and I get that. I do. Poison gas. It's stupid, but yeah, I get their dumb reasoning. Poison and sleep techniques. Coughing. I was not expecting coughing. Okay, let's drop a strength on him. Poison and sleep techniques. And you drop a tackle. First attack. First attack to set up your amazing techniques. All right, I'm going to give you that. Now you're fighting me. Ooh. I was kind of hoping that would hit harder than it did. Okay, back to strength. Knock him out of the park. Okay, now what are we dealing with? Koga is about to use Muck. We're going to switch off, and we're going to go to Shell Shocker for Muck. We're going to do a dig. Yeah, he's a tough-ass mug right there. Do it. That dig, it's so stupid that we gave it to the Squirtle. But it's paying off now that he's strong enough to survive hits. And it's made him a pretty decent poison killer. Hit him, don't miss. Hit him, don't miss. Oh, shit. That's fine. We can cure that. Dig. Shit, it's going to become harder to hit him. Don't miss, don't miss, don't shit. He's gonna bullshit with us now. It's okay. Got plenty of life, man. Oh, you're a bitch. Still hit him. Good job. Yes. Shell shocker. Okay, he's sending out another coughing. This time we're going to switch up and let Spoopy take care of this one. Okay. So far, your sleep techniques and your poison techniques are poison one guy and not even attempt to sleep anybody. Yes. Wheezing. I thought I remembered you having a Venonat and a moth. Whatever. See, he'll get wrecked. Well, no. Poison really won't be a big problem for him, but he doesn't really have anything that he can fight with. Oh, I was hoping it would. For some reason, I thought it brought up a screen that said, hey, check stats. Oh, well, he's out now, so we're just going to run with it. Okay, he's sleeping. We're just going to drop some normal cuts on him. Oh, wow, that was super weak. Look, you're just not going to cut it, man. We're going to give it back to Amp. You're not doing this one, Petals. Amp has a chance to get one of these big skull bashes since he's asleep. Oh. I was expecting more than that. Let's do a Thunderbolt. He is a pretty high level. That's probably what I'm fighting against here. Because that's my strongest attack, what I just laid out there. And he's a 45, so he's no joke. Oh, he woke up. Quick attack time. Yes! Right, you bitch. Okay, we knocked out Koga. Surf outside of battle, so now we can actually start. Toxic, there we go. Toxic is that badly hurts a Pokemon thing. That thing is sick. We only have one person that really... Oh, well, okay. A whole bunch of people can use it. But it makes the most sense to give it to Petals, who is poison, and already has a poison move that we can replace. I think that makes the most sense. Because Nidoking isn't staying. He's going to be leaving the party. Shell Shocker doesn't make a lot of sense to give it to. It doesn't make sense to give it to the fighter. It would be okay with Spoopy, but I really think it makes more sense with him. Especially since he's becoming kind of that kind of character anyway. He Mega Drains, he puts you to sleep, he's got Acid. So now I can replace have Toxic on there. I'm trying to remember, though. If you're poisoned, I don't think you could be put to sleep. I think that's a thing. Kind of like you can only hold... Like, if you're burned, you can't be poisoned. They don't stack like that. So then the real question becomes, should I leave out the sleep powder? Because that's what he's been good with so far. But maybe it's time to do away with that technique and go for poisoning and poison, drain, cut, acid. In fact, I think if they're poisoned, I think acid does more damage, doesn't it? I can't remember. That might not. I might be thinking something else. I think it's time. I think it's time to remove sleep powder. I've got a sleep guy, so Spoopy can take care of that if we come across it. We're doing it. Hopefully I didn't screw up. If I did, I'll go find the move guy. Somebody's poisoned. Okay, let's go heal up. And then... Okay, we're on our way to the psychic gym. Which she won't be hard to get to. Be hard to fight. Okay. Ugh. Woot. Biking. Oh my. You know what? Ugh. Okay. Do. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't remember exactly where on the map I am. Haven't exactly ran through Kanto in a long time. Okay. Okay. So I want to go straight up from here. That's where we're trying to go right now. We don't want that. We want to go straight up. Go through this thing here. Yep. Yep, that's right. And now we can go do the Sylph Company stuff before we go fight her. I remember this. This is ridiculous. This is one of them battles makes your Pokemon tired. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, all the teleport pads and everything. Boom. Oh, you're a butthole. Good. Okay. Well, this is good for Amp. Oh, I actually did not mean to stay out with Raticate. That's fine. Damn. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I know. No kids. They're not allowed. Cubone, not good. Zubat, switch. Back to Amp. Yeah, bat and rat time. And I don't have a single fighting move. It blows my mind that Hitmonchan does not start with a fighting move. I think they fix a lot in Yellow. But I said I'm going to finish this one before I go to Yellow. The next game on my list is to go to Yellow. Yeah, I need like a door key if I remember. Yeah, a card key. Okay, first teleporter thing. Whee! One of the 4 Rocket Brothers. You should get your own Sprite. That would work. I meant to go to quick attack, but it's fine. Yes. Golbat. That's a badass Pokemon, by the way. If you can get through the Zubat stage and you can get to Golbat, it's so worth it. Like, he's not a joke at all. Hey, man, what's going on? Coughing. We're going to switch this time. Dig. Bam. Yes. Yeah, same here. I mean, being forced out of work doesn't exactly make me happy right now, but I can't exactly complain too much. Man, Petals is falling behind. There's not a lot I can do. He can't really fight too many of the people up here. And Nidoking is kind of a waste of space right now because he needs to be replaced by my final guy. Electrode. Yeah, I was I looked myself to see what I was gonna get out of gloves, and I was kind of pissed. Like, Hitmonchan is so good in the new games, and it was really disappointing to see just how kind of... You fucking would. I mean, he's decently versatile in terms of, like, filling the space that you're missing on your team. Because he gets that, he gets Fire Punch, he gets Electric Punch, and, Submission I think you can buy at the store. Maybe not. Maybe I already have it. What does Submission do? Like, what's its stat? working. Man, that must be something. Going to work? Just trying to make the most of these next couple days and kind of just view them as vacation, because it's so irritating. Especially since I'm not getting paid for any of it. Like, it really kills me. Well, I'm not getting... Okay, here's the thing. I got paid for 10 days, and then they started taking my Y time. So, I'm getting paid, but it's forcing vacation days off of me. So, like, I may as well view them as vacation days and get what I can out of my enjoyment. We'll do this one. .80 power, 80 accuracy. Don't tell me what to do, scientist man. He can learn some good stuff through TMs and whatnot, but the issue really comes down to the reason I put a fighter on my team this run through was my concept. The whole reason I did it was because I said there's a lot of normal guys with Rattatas and Raticates and things like that you run into because of the team you fight. It'd be nice to have somebody with fighting moves, only to figure out that I really don't have a single guy with fighting moves. He doesn't have any fighting moves. That floors me. Now that is cool though. He has great coverage. Because almost every move he gets, like, he just naturally learns Fire Punch, Electric Punch. And was it Ice Punch? I think he... Oh, you bitch. Yeah, so that gives him great coverage. Because he can stand in for many of the problems that you're going to encounter. Like, any kind of bugs or anything come your way like that, bugs and grass, he just fire punches them off the field. And then, if any kind of, like, if things come your way... Okay, we already did this, guys. Yeah, like in fact, I used him to take on the I used him specifically to take on the grass gym. If I can get him one more level, I think he gets the next punch. As far as I know, in Gen 1, Poison is weak to Psychic, and I think that's it. Right now, he has Fire Punch. He has Fire Punch, Strength, Comet Punch, and I can't remember. I'll have to. I'll bring him out the next fight just to check. Oh, and Rage, because it was just he had no moves. He started with Comet Punch and Agility. Oh, it's Ground. Ground. This gen, Poison was weak to Psychic and Ground. Oh no. Oh, he's the second of the 4 Rocket Brothers. Oh shit. Well, nowadays there's so many types, and certain types have like changed dramatically. Where like ice is one of those things that just gets screwed so hard. It's weak. It seems to be freaking weak to everything anymore. And the problem is, what it's weak to is too common. It's just so freaking common. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Headbutt, really? Okay. I've made pretty good use of like Bear Tick because he has a lot of life, so he can take a couple of hits in general, and that's really important when you're dealing with somebody that, yeah. Oh, I think I just made a big mistake actually, because he'll use psychic moves and I'm poison. I think in general, it's hard to justify that any Pokemon is necessarily bad. If you have a decent team and you back them up properly and you figure out how they work, they all have some kind of strategic placement. You can get something out of them if you're willing to work at it. But it's easier just to go for the top tier badass guys and just have the best guys. And oftentimes that's what we'll do. We'll just be like, "Oh, this guy's fucking a badass." Oh, you heard there was a kid wandering around? Well, I guess I'd be that kid. That's right. I'll HMO1 your ass. You know, I will admit there are guys that are like my favorites. They're usually gonna make my teams. But I will say that in like sometimes I do like to just challenge myself and pick guys that I haven't used. There's the card key. Like the next playthrough is going to be ridiculous because after this I'm going to go on to yellow, and I already know, I already know that part of my playthrough is going to be to collect the more, how do I put this, I'm going to collect the more understood red team, like the team that's most affiliated with him. So I'm going to purposely start with the Pikachu, and then I'm going to go, I'll of course I'll get the Bulbasaur, I'll get the Squirtle, I'll get the Charmander, and I'm going to get the Snorlax. And then I'm going to get Lapras. Because it usually runs between Lapras or Eevee. But the more I think about it, if every one of the Pokemon that he gets, because the guys that you primarily see Red with are the guys that are pretty much storyline catches. And that's fine, but I think it would make sense for him, because the Eevee can't evolve along the lines of what you normally see. Like, normally they'll put an Eevee on his team and they'll make it an Espeon or something to give him a psychic. But, like, that didn't exist in Gen 1. So if he didn't know about it, there's no way that happened. So it makes a lot more sense if he got the Lapras, and the Lapras is ice, and that's a coverage that was very rare in the original games. That would be his bird killers and things of that nature. Yeah, I mean, Espeon is a thing, but I feel like, especially like, okay, and this would, Pokemon is evidently, as ridiculous as this is, and maybe it's the war, maybe it's the war they talk about, maybe something happened during this so-called Pokemon war, and pretty much the war was completely devastating, it was incredible, and maybe it somehow damaged all the record keeping that they had. And then, because of that, maybe that's why Professor Oak grew up, and maybe he was a younger man, but he wasn't necessarily in the war. And then once the war was over, he took it upon himself to start cataloging not just the Pokemon that he already knew about, but these new species that showed up during the war. And if that's a possibility, then you can assume that explains why the Pokédex has a general knowledge, but not an overarching knowledge, and why all these scientists are studying all these things about Pokemon and all different regions, and not everybody seems to be talking to one another, because Oak very much believes there's only 150. That's it. He programmed his Pokédex to understand there were 150. And I know there's 151, but since Mew was actually like an event thing, you couldn't just go get it, I would assume that storyline-wise, he only knew there were 150, and that's all he programmed. But he is friends with other scientists, and the other region, which is right next door, they're working on stuff too. And specifically, they're finding Pokemon that he didn't know about in their region. And then, because he goes over there at the start of that game, and then he's talking to them, and then he very much, you get your Pokédex and whatnot, and that very much is a continuation of his technology in a different region. So all these scientists are working together to try to figure out the world that they're now stuck in, I think. That's the way I picture this. And so there's a general learning thing that's taking place. So it does make sense that by Red's perspective, there is no Espeon or Umbreon, because that's not something that Oak knew, and he would only know things that could be told to him in his area. That's just the way, that's kind of where my headcanon is going with this as I place it together in this first game, and knowing that the new games are going to introduce more guys and more guys and more guys. And if the world is in a constant state of discovery, there has to be some reason for that constant state of discovery. Why don't we just automatically already know these things? And the reason for that could very much be because during the war, there was a lot that was discovered, or a lot that was dug up, or a lot that was used, or maybe because there's definitely some genetic engineering shit going on in this first game. Maybe they had animals, and maybe through a genetic manipulation process, they made a decision to start using some of these animals as weapons. And as you develop one and develop another, and then another region develops one and develops another, you come across this standstill after a time where there's so many of them, and then they start getting loose, and then they run to the wild, and then they become a type of dangerous... Oh, Petals just died. Yeah, I knew it. Because it's just like releasing a frog in an area that can't actually handle the frog. It will get out of control, and then you have a problem. Well, all it would take is one or two of these genetic manipulations to hit the wild for it to run out of control, and before you know it, you have all these different Pokemon, and none of the animals exist anymore, because they will reference things that very much are references to animals. Like, they seem to know what rats actually were, and they seem to know what other animals actually were, and that makes me feel like something got out of hand. And I would also wonder, and this is very much like ridiculous level hypothesis here, but I would also wonder if the reason Pokemon has become such a big thing is because maybe while the world was fighting, while everybody was doing Pokemon fights in terms of a huge war, maybe somebody made a discovery that sooner or later this was going to get out of hand and we were completely wiping regions off the map. Well, maybe it was decided that if they turned it into a game, if they stopped the war and turned it into a game and focused on it, there would be an entire generation that would grow up looking at it in a very different light. And then people like gym trainers and whatnot and the Pokemon League, that could very much be something like G Gundam, where the Pokemon League exists because turning it into a competition would then boost the popularity and power of your region. So you would claim power through like, oh yeah, well the Galar region has this kind of stuff, or this kind of power, or we're this kind of great, and the Kanto region is this kind of serious about their Pokemon. And then basically they would be able to turn it into a type of game, a system that keeps itself in check, and the gym leaders would very much be like guys that were overseeing the process and making sure that it never got out of hand. Because in other games, you'll notice that the gym leaders go out and deal with these crime syndicates that are popping up. And if there's all this crime and everything, that also states that there's an entire generation of people that know that there was a war, and they're still kind of bitter. And as they try to put together the global economy and put everything back to basics, then you imagine that there would be a bunch of crime trying to take the place of government and trying to move up and things like that. They would try to make their own order in a world that is kind of falling apart. Because supposedly Red and Green, they're supposed to be like a group of kids that is the first group of kids to grow up in a peaceful world. Their generation is supposed to be one of the first generations to not have these problems. It's stated that they're in like a time of peace. But people that aren't very much older than them, you figure he's 10 and you figure Surge is only 30, and he talks about the war, that he very blatantly knows the war happened. And he very much counts that his Pokemon literally saved his life during that war. And that's the reason he trusts his life to electric Pokemon. And why wouldn't you make him a gym leader if he has that level of experience and he knows what to look out for, and he himself, being a victim of the war, wouldn't exactly want it coming back. So he would pay very close attention to the situations, and he would go out and he would try to stop things like Team Rocket. And then I've also heard things like, oh, well, that doesn't explain that guns and yada yada. Well, why would guns and things like that exist in a world like this when, like, your tiny rat, not your rat, but like, okay, I get a starter Pokemon. My starter Pokemon has 10 times the destructive force of any handgun, and I carry it on my pocket. So, of course, I'm not worried about, about actual conventional weapons. So, there's no factories or anything building conventional weapons because they've become redundant, useless. Like, why would you carry a musket if you could have a semi-automatic? Like, does that make sense in today's world? The weapons have evolved, they've changed, they no longer fit the same foundation that they used to. And that would make sense in a world like Pokemon, where we've learned to basically weaponize these things that can cause, like, 10,000 volt thunderstorms just because Pikachu's gather in the woods together. Or freaking Geodudes that can cause magnitude 10 earthquakes. Like, if you have that kind of power, that kind of destructive force held in your pocket, then of course conventional weapons have gone the wayside. There's no purpose to them anymore. That's exactly where my thought pattern is leading me as well. Is conventional weapons and conventional warfare would have become this offhanded thing of the past. And if you really don't want that war coming back to haunt you, then you teach your kids to look at Pokemon in a very different way. If to you they were weapons, you just simply change the attitude and shift an entire generation to view it as a fun sport and give them values that you yourself did not hold. And before you know it, you've changed the very foundation of it. It's just like an entire generation of prejudice. And if we're lucky and we teach our kids from a young age that it's not right, they will grow up with a different set of values than we had, and they'll put an end to the stupidity of the last generation. And that could very easily be exactly what happened in Pokemon. The war got out of hand. It literally took the entire planet by storm. It was basically the end of days until an entire group said, what if we change the perception? Yeah. Yeah, very much. It very well could be. I don't know. It's the idea that they don't explain very much in Pokemon leaves it up to a lot of, I could say, fan interpretation, but it's not actually the words that I'm looking for. It's not fan interpretation necessarily. It leaves it open for a lot of headcanon, and because of that, it makes Pokemon possibly a bigger thing than it really is, because I can fill in the gaps. And maybe the reason it doesn't explain much is maybe because we're 10. The idea that Pokemon and its universe is always told through the viewing eyes of a child. This is a 10-year-old boy who was given a starter Pokemon, who has been fed this line of shit from the very, very first day he was born. He plays Pokemon on his NES. He studies Pokemon in school. He sees Pokemon as this big, amazing thing. There's a Pokemon League. It's the biggest and most prophesized sport in the history of the world. And he grows up in that atmosphere. So why then wouldn't he look at it in the way that he does? And most of the other stuff is very much a passing idea. Surge mentions that there's a war, but he doesn't really have time to focus on that, because why would he? And yeah, there's this weird criminal organization. But just like the story of superheroes before him and the comic books that he probably grew up with, he has the power to do something about it. So he just did. Like the naive antics of a child, he just did what he felt he was doing on his little adventure. And every Pokemon story since then has basically done the same thing, giving us a view of this world, but through the eyes of a child. And while there are very serious things taking place, we never get the full scope of what those serious things really are, because a kid doesn't understand the actual scope of those serious things. And that very much explains why the world has so many plot holes, because to a kid that's on his Pokemon adventure, why does any of this crap matter beyond the fact of what he wants to accomplish or what he wants to do? Try to explain a 10-year-old boy the economics of the world, and he doesn't care about that. The only thing that he sees is that people are hungry, and he doesn't understand why we're feeding these people and not feeding those people. And if you were to take a plate, even if you took a plate and put it down and said, there's 10 of us, but there's only 2 hamburgers, how do we split them up so that everybody is fed properly? And then he can't make that equation, so most kids don't even try. And that's the reason we're fighting over natural resources and shit. And while this is going on, kids don't really think about it. We're on the verge of war almost every day. If you're watching the news, it's scary out there. Like, we're always on the verge of some scary shit. But your average child, like my kid, is just playing Pokemon. So, of course, if you looked at the world from a kid's point of view, it does tend to look like Pokemon mythology. There's a lot of holes. Because they don't care. They care about what's going on with them or what they're doing at the current time. Like, heck, even this right here, this is literally an almost terrorist takeover, and he walks in and solves the entire situation, and what do the adults do? They just hand him a Master Ball and send him on his way, and they act like it's a prototype. But it's not. And the reason I know it's not is because, one, they wouldn't have given away their prototype and then not mass-produced it or had something they could have worked off of. And it also can't be a prototype because it's appearing in other areas of the world around the exact same time. Like, most of the Pokemon games are taking place around the same time or only divided by a year or so. So, like, if you figure that that's true, then that means there has to be some kind of actual write-off for the fact that they gave the kid the Master Ball, and the Master Ball cannot simply be a prototype that they just gave away. That makes no sense. They gave it to him because a 10-year-old boy would then be quiet after the fact and go along his business. And he got something super special, and maybe he'll tell his friends about it someday. He'll be like, oh, I saved so-and-so, and I got this Pokeball that was, it could catch anything. It was like one of the craziest things I ever owned in my entire life. It could catch literally anything. I wish I could show it to you, but I used it. I caught Mewtwo. And if Sylph develops the Pokeballs and they've developed the Master Ball, it appears in other regions. So it's very much kind of a... It's probably very expensive and very rare. And it's probably one of those things that they just kind of dig out when they need it for make this kid go away. I don't know, I think that's the reason that Pokemon stays infinitely interesting, is because it's not explained. And you also don't have to buy into it any further than the simplicity of what it gives you, or you can dig into it hardcore and you can question why, or how, or when. And there's merit to digging in, but at the same time, there's just as much merit to just accepting what you see and playing the game because you are playing it from a child's point of view. So we're never going to have the real story about what's going on. And for that matter, the fact that it doesn't dig in is actually a big thing when you think about the third gen. A lot of people complain about the third Pokemon generation, and one of the things they always complain about is it's stupid. It's stupid. There's the team wants to like make a bunch of land or make a bunch of water, and there's just water everywhere in this region. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Well, that's because you don't know. When you were a kid, you played that game, and you didn't know what that was about, because that's a real situation that Japan was dealing with. That's not just a throwaway situation. That's a real thing that was happening in Japan. And you didn't know shit about it. And you never stopped to learn anything about it. See, Japan is famous for making these man-made island areas and sanctioning off areas and building land to expand the territory they have. But they were killing livestock and fish and things like that, marine life that they were literally living off of. And they accidentally put a dent in their own economy. And there was a political uprising that took place where there were a bunch of people that were going against the increase of land. But then, at the same time, the government was very much pushing for the idea that we continue to expand land because at some point, we're going to need it. Our population is getting bigger and we're running out of space, and if we don't have the land, we're in trouble. Well, now you've got these two different things fighting with each other. And nobody stopped to understand that that was really a thing that was taking place in Japan at the time. So when you played that generation, you looked at it from a 10-year-old's perspective, just like the game did, and the game never actually explains why the region is built that way. Yes, there is a lot of water, and yes, there is a team that wants to expand land mass, and it doesn't care at what cost it expands the land mass, while at the same time, there's a team that wants to destroy land mass and bring the oceans back up and give life back to the basics of nature. And there's an argument to be made on either side. Is it implemented well? No, not necessarily, in the context of the story. But what if that story is simply not explained to you very well because you're 10? But I think it's that keeps Pokemon interesting all the time. And as you grow up and you dig into these games and you really look at what's going on and you talk to the people of the regions, it does change a perspective when you kind of dig in and you think past the simple nature of how it's given to you. But you never have to actually do that. And I think that's why Pokemon appeals to so many people in such a broad way. This guy's hiding back here. Spoopy is 37, so we're going to put him up there. There, because he's 36. The reason I never worried about how it was portrayed in news and things like that doesn't come down to anything like me saying, oh, you know, blah blah the news, or that I just love Pokemon, or that it's not a defense thing. Oftentimes, the news demonizes whatever it can demonize at the time, because, well, ratings, to be blunt. And it's not very rare at all for the news to take the newest thing or the biggest thing, and it's an easy attack, and it gets them ratings with people like, dude, I saw all kinds of shit where they're trying to claim that, like, Pokemon was demonic and that, just stupid. But if you look at it, it's not really any different than the way they treated music. Music has always kind of been a scapegoat for, you know, for the world is falling apart and destroying our youth and yada yada, and comic books got its turn, and movies got their turn, and TV got its turn for the most part, and currently it's video games. Video games are just shit on all the time because it's easy. It's the thing you can attack right now that not everybody understands. Oh, well, that was worth it, helping that guy there. There's just some protein sitting on the ground. I'm Psychic Jim after this. Protein, I think, is attack. Oh, well, there's the third Rocket Brother. I mean, shit. Do you remember the Harry Potter thing that happened? Like parents talking about how Harry Potter taught witchcraft and how it was numbing the minds of their children. Oh my god. It's fucking Harry Potter. It's not devious, it's not scary, it's not undermining your children, it's not polluting the foundation of a generation. It's fucking Harry Potter. Yeah, that was a real thing. I remember it because I was working at the theater, my first real job, after detasseling and doing like work for houses and whatnot. I had worked mowing lawns, cleaning gutters and whatnot for the 309 complexes. But like my first real job was I was working at a theater, and I remember that was a big thing. Harry Potter was out at the time, and it was all this news, and I remember they even had like morning meetings where they'd be like, if you are approached by somebody asking questions about Harry Potter, And I was like, why are we doing this? Like, why is this a thing? Yeah, I remember there were morning meetings where they'd be like, so and so last night was approached by somebody asking questions about Harry Potter and why we carried in the theaters. If you are cornered by anybody asking questions about the Harry Potter movie, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, why are we doing this? I think it's that kind of stuff that kept me not buying into a lot of stuff like that. Like, because I kind of grew up watching it all happen. Let's put we're going to put more life on him. I mean, he's 119, but you know what? He's a turtle. Oh shit. And see that right there? That proves that it was even an inside job. Some of these scientists that I'm fighting are people from the Sylph Corporation. But it's not going to look into it any deeper than what I just saw right there, because it's told from the mindset of a 10-year-old. He hears that in passing when he comes across this scientist. The scientist turns around and he's like, the Sylph Corporation should have never transferred me to so and so district anyway. This is for them. And so yeah, very much explains the why half the backstory is not actually explained. Oops, switching off of him. Yep, the mansion later on, you'll find notebooks and things that very much tell you that there was genetic engineering. And hell, even the Pokédex entry says that there was genetic engineering that turned Pokeballs with things that were already inside of them into the Voltorbs. It was an accident. So it's very much a chance that during all this genetic manipulation to make better weapons to handle in the war, or make specific kinds of weapons that could counteract certain other things they were coming in contact with, they accidentally let these things out in the wild and it went crazy, and that was how we lost the animal populations. And then you come to find out that it was the freaking gym leader himself that was it was the gym leader and Mr. Fuji, two people from the last generation that were at the front of this kind of shit. And here you are as a kid, you dig into a lot of it, but like you never really understand the scope of exactly what was really going on, because you're a kid. And that there could be an explanation for that, why you see it more here and you don't see it more later on. As you come across Red in later versions, he's older, he's grown up. And by that time, like I said, if all these things have already gotten out into the wild and now they're just accepted by the next generation as being what's the norm, well, then that's what's normal. And the Pokédex entries are now starting to look like research that says, yeah, this is what we've discovered. This Pokemon acts like this, not this Pokemon was created because of genetic so-and-so. Oh yeah, Pokemon Adventures. I have the first 8 volumes, I think, and Pokemon in there, they even die. Oh, there's the fourth Rocket Brother right there. That'll be all 4 of them. Pedals, come out here. Get that pedal dance on. Yeah, I figured that would be better. The Giga Drain, I can't heal myself like I used to, but that pedal dance is sick. It's super powerful. There's really only one thing that's going to be stronger than that pedal dance. And if I'm not mistaken, oh, and it continues? I forgot about that. Um, and if it continues, I'm pretty sure Solar Flare, the solar beam thing, is the strongest move that a grass guy can get. And I think he'll learn it at 52 naturally, and then I'll put a stone to him. But I could settle for Pedal Dance, and I could start getting the better stats right now, in all honesty. And it probably wouldn't be all that bad of a trade-off if I just transformed him right now and started getting the better stats. Sword Dance. Oh, people's talking. What's up? If okay, so the question you're asking, so let's just lay the ground rules. Tell me yes or no on this one. Basically what I'm trying to do is I have to pick a Pokemon that would make sense as a type of house pet, not a fucking Onyx that's like can't even fit in my house. It has to be something that can live with me that would make sense as something that I could grow up with and have as a pet. That would be a Pokemon that I could use in daily activities or protect myself from other scary monsters because every time I go outside to mow my lawn, there's something out there that could destroy me. Is that basically what I'm doing? Because if that's what I'm doing, I may actually have some answers. Oh, I was asking about the question that Walking Meme put down. Okay. Um that means I'm pitted down to stuff that would look natural in terms of being a pet, something that could walk with me, things like that. It makes sense. Um okay. I think something that makes a fair amount of sense would be like if I had, say, what about like I think it would make sense to have like a Jolteon, something of that nature, something that just kind of looks like a dog. It can walk with me. It's powerful. It has bite, but it's not ridiculous in terms of like what you could end up with, especially as far as Pokemon goes. You could have some crazy broken ridiculous shit that makes no sense at all, like you said, like like a Tyranitar or whatever. That's ridiculous. But I think that's one of my more favorites, and he fits the mold of being something that could legitimately like live with me and grow up with me and make sense in that concept. So I think if I have to pick a realistic Pokemon that I would have as a house pet that would do that kind of thing, that would live in that world, I think that's my answer. I think that I would have something along the lines of a Jolteon. Electric Pokemon are fairly versatile. They don't have too many weaknesses, which is good. They're weak to ground. And I don't I don't think much else. So it's versatile, it's powerful, it can learn all the way up to the highest level. It can learn Thunderbolt, it can learn Thunder. So it's a very versatile, powerful little thing, and it can learn things like Pin Needle, which is a bug move, which is very damn important because psychics during the original first era were broke as shit. They were the end all be all of freaking creatures at the time. So I think that he stands the most versatile effect, fitting the criteria that you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is pretty much a regular dog. I need to look up the learn list. Yes. Okay, I think I've done what I can do here. It depends. It really depends. I just don't have the money or the time, and X-Men has become so ridiculously convoluted now, which it always was. That was part of the reason I was doing Keeping Up with the X-Men, was that a lot of those episodes were very blatantly talking about how ridiculous X-Men could and does get. fought this guy, right? Oh, I've already been in this room because I came in through the teleporter. I just didn't have the key card at the time. So this level is done. Okay, I must have fought that guy already. What the? Wow. I remember fighting that guy. Bunch of beds. I think I can sleep here. Awesome. I took a nap. Oh no, I agree. I was arguing with somebody today about how they were talking about how comic books is where you should be, and like basically his buddy says fuck the MCU, and I was like, they're different animals. I was like, the MCU has just as many problems as comic books. Comic books have just as many problems as the MCU. I was like, it's not. It's just a different. Each different media comes with its own problems. You're just overlooking one set of problems to justify your where you want to be with it. Yeah, if you go towards the end of that episode, you'll see it. It was the one that was before this. The that was, yeah. I called out a lot of stuff while I was dealing with him. Let's look up real quick. Okay, we need to look up. I think it's Gloom. Yep. Okay, Gloom is what we have currently, and we need to know what its learn is. So we're gonna scroll down Bulbapedia here. There we go. This is its up by leveling. We're gonna check Gen 1. It just got Petal Dance at 38. It'll get Solar Beam at 52. Petal Dance is a 70-100. Solar Beam is a 120-100. It is easily the strongest by far grass move in the whole game. However, you have to waste a turn to use it because it has to gather sunlight, then it uses the move. So, one could argue that sometimes when you only have one shot, one attack, taking a hit on purpose is probably not the best idea, so maybe it's not the worst idea ever to just go ahead and evolve Petals and start getting that stronger stat pool now. What floor are we on? I don't know what floor we're on. We're going to leave and we're going to put some stuff away and we're going to evolve Petals. I think we're just going to do it. It'll be better in the long run, I think, because the earlier you evolve, the higher the stat pool is. You get better stats at better. The only killer to it is that he can't learn anything else. He'll be a TM Pokemon, but the only thing left for him to learn was Solar Beam anyway, and I think, I could be very wrong, but I think there's a TM somewhere that you can actually get that teaches it if I'm really that worried about it. Okay, let's drop TM3. Let's drop X accuracy. I don't use those. Let's drop TM9. TM36. We still need the card key. Wouldn't be a bad idea to go pick up yeah, okay. We're gonna make two decisions here. The other decision is we're also going to deposit a Pokemon. We're going to deposit Nidoking, and there's a reason. Because he was already set to leave our team anyway. And there's going to be another Pokemon in there that I like quite a bit, Lapras. And we're gonna pick her up, and we're gonna have her until we get the other person that's gonna take her place. Yeah. I think it's HM. Is it 3 or 4? We'll just take both out and figure it out. Yep, 3 is what I'll need. Let's go over this way. Is there a mart over here? Gotta find the mart. Need a mart. Stupid rockets occupying and everything and standing in front of all the doors. Mart, there it is. Need some dang potions. And we have way more than enough money for potions because we did not catch shit this run through. Let's break out 20 of these mugs at least. And then we'll break out another 20 of these mugs. And at this point we could probably get rid of the We could probably get rid of all the awakenings and everything that we're carrying. They're just kind of taking up space in our inventory at this point. It doesn't seem to be causing a problem yet. Let's go find that Lapras. Oh. I didn't even evolve him. That was one of the whole reasons I went there. I was going to take out the Leaf Stone. Derp. I really enjoyed that anime they did of this. The not the normal anime. Not that that's a bad thing. I think that anime, if you're just willing to just kind of be mindless for a while and have some dumb fun, that anime is just fine. But what I'm talking about specifically is I really liked the Pokemon Anniversary anime that they did. I thought that was brilliant. And I heard, but I haven't seen it, I thought they did it for some other gens too, but I thought it was just like a quick, almost one episode. I've heard it's not great. It didn't get the red treatment. It got like a quick thing. Aw, look at Petals. Petals is happy again. Okay. Everything's 38 all the way down. Wonderful. We are kicking ass. We are straight up kicking ass. Let's go get a Lapras. And you know what? Salute to King. King held his own very well in this. He was very, very fine Pokemon throughout this entire thing. Legitimately. I do not hate the time that I spent with my Nidoking. No, I don't think this isn't where we were. Go up again. This is also not where we were. I'm almost positive of it. It is not. That's fine. Keep going up. Is this it? Is this where the beds are? This is it. This is where we were. This is... Okay. We don't need to sleep because we're all full power, so we're just going to walk up here. We're going to go up the stairs to the next level because we're looking for the guy that gives us a Lapras. That'd be something to think about, is a top 10 list of my favorite Pokemon from the original Generation 1. Like the guys that really stand out to me, because there are some. That's for damn sure. Aww. I don't even know that it would necessarily be that hard. Well, it might be. Gen 1, I like a lot of the designs from Gen 1. Coming up with the 10 that really top my list, the absolute 10, that could be a challenge, actually. Let's open this. There's some girl in here. I want to say it's a guy. I think you walk in and the guy's like, oh my god, please get this Pokemon to safety or whatever. But I'm almost 100% positive there was a Lapras in the Sylph Company. If you don't go straight to the end, if you go to the end, you don't get him, if I remember right. You have to actually find the guy that's hiding out that wants you to take him. Carbos. That's 3 rare candies. Okay, let's go look at that. What is that? Earthquake. Holy shit. Only Shell Shocker. Earthquake could replace Dig. It's a ground move. It's super strong. It's no joke whatsoever. I think we're going to do it. I think we've had Dig for a long time. Dig has been very solid. It only has 10 attacks, though. I don't know. Earthquake may only have 5. I've been using it as a poison killer. And it also takes out electric guys in case I run into trouble. I'm almost 100% sure that Earthquake is a ground attack. Let's be sure. Yep, says type ground. So if it's a ground move, and it's always been a ground move, that's what we're going to hope. Yep, ground, generation 1. I just double checked it. We're giving it to him. 10 PP, so we're not going to lose anything. It's a battle power of 100. That's absolutely wonderful, because that means it's basically stronger. The only thing is that I can't dodge. I just got to hope that I hit before they hit. So Dig goes bye-bye. So that gives us a normal move, a water move, an ice move, and a ground move. It's so far, our Blastoise has excellent coverage for just about whatever situation he happens to run into. Yep, okay, I thought so. So for this, we are going to do... In fact, I actually don't know. You're rocking 76. You're rocking 60. 84. You're fucking fast as shit, Turtle. $91. You're pretty damn fast. 101. You are the fastest thing on my team, Raichu. Okay, so let's capitalize on that. There you go, man. Be even faster. Okay, we're going up another level. We're going to find this guy. Oh my. No. I do not have an appointment with your boss. Okay. Go to Spoopy here. Rattatas don't scare Spoopy literally in the least because they can't hurt him. I gotta be honest, I'm doing okay with this Haunter. But there's a definite difference between what I'm used to. I'm very used to playing this game with Kadabra as my backup in Gen 1, and that's because I know his tier strength, I know how broken he is. But this time I wanted to try some guys that I didn't norm. I wanted to give myself that extra fight. And I will say, dealing with normals in a different way than fighting is this whole you basically can't be attacked. It's nice. I almost think one of the weakest links turned out to be my fighting guy, because my intention was to have the fighting guy to handle things like normals and ground and rock, and he has no freaking fighting moves. None. I'm curious of something. I was right. Okay. I like how it tricks you to thinking that you could go over there and like unlock that door over there. You can't. Really? I didn't find him. Okay, so now it's time to start hitting teleports. No clue where I'm going now. I know that there's a guy in here that gives you a Lapras. I am almost 100% sure that it is a thing. Hmm. I thought for sure I remembered you like unlocked one of the doors and he was like, oh my god. Save the Manny Poke. Hmm. Now we're just porting around everywhere with no rhyme or reason. Why's that guy just sitting in there? He's not it either, though. We've already talked to him and he didn't give us anything, right? Yeah. there's green over there. Oh, never mind. Thought there was one over there. Where is he? You know what? I don't want to be wrong and just be looking around for like something that doesn't exist and just holding up the stream. So let's... Okay, there's Lapras. Other option checks the counters, credits. Okay, let's check this. Alright, now. The Sylph Company headquarters. After you fight Gary, talk to the Sylph Co. employee next to him and he will give you the Lapras. See, I knew I remembered something like that. So our big thing right now is we need to figure out how to get in to fight him. Because that's where we're trying to get. Okay. Okay, what's this one? Oh, well, there's the lady that heals us regardless. I am lost. In trouble here. Okay, you almost imagine that you fight, you save, like it's prepping you for something, so maybe you go in there and maybe it's this one. It is. Because Team Rocket slowed you down. Not that I care. You're kind of a prick. Like, you can't see what's going on here. Damn, he's like right there at our level, isn't he? About to use Gyarados. Yeah, actually we are going to change. We're going to change to gloves and we're going to Ice Punch Gyarados out of the sky. Should be a ×4. Oh no, I may have made a mistake. Because he's flying, but... That was the super effective hit? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we need to go back to Amp. Amp is the ×4 damage. That punch was a joke. Goodbye. Growlithe. Okay, now we're going to change. We're going to change. We're going to give Shell Shock a shot at this one. Surf. Alakazam. Okay. This one is going on Spoopy. In trouble. There we go. Damn. There he is. Stay asleep. Dang. Yeah, we're out of the fight. Yeah, that's gonna down us. Okay. I don't have anything to cover these frickin' psychics. Petals will get rocked. He's poison. He'll get rocked. He's fighting. Shell Shocker. It's not perfect, but Earthquake is about the best rock I got here for him. Or just bite him. Venusaur. Now we are going to change off. He's probably not going to be able to hold here. But we've got fire and we've got ice. I have no idea how hard he's going to hit us, but we're going to try to heal and stand our ground for a second. Damn! Okay. Prick. He decided to leech seed. We've got him. Lapras. Okay. Level 15 is bullshit that it starts that low. There we go. Full revive on him. Okay. All right, let's go, guy. Oh, it's 11:41. It's just about time for me to kick off. Let's see how strong these pedals actually hit. That was still pretty good. This is going to hurt bad. Could have been worse. Good, got him. Okay. The President and I are discussing vital business proposition. Here we go. This is probably the last fight of the night right here. Bam. We should be okay. I'm poisoned, so I can't really get poisoned, or I'm very resistant to it, and most of his normal attacks can't hit me. That's 39, 39. He's 40. You're 39. Let's see if gloves can't get some kind of real hit against him. Kangaskhan is normal, though, so it's kind of rough. Ooh, those are crits. Okay, that's pretty good, but we're in trouble here. Strength. Ooh, yes. That was straight out of boxing. That was nice. He laid that combo down. And then he slipped that jab. Did that strength. Rhyhorn. Okay, let's switch off. You know what? If we can do it, it'll be worth it. I don't believe this really does much force. We're gonna check it. Oh, I was right. I was debating whether or not he was actually weak to ice. Yeah, no shit. There it is. There's that 39. Now we're massing everybody towards... Yeah, let's get you out of there. Let's go back to the safe bet. Even though I think Ice may have done all right there. No, she's... I don't know if she's ground. I'm pretty sure they're poison, but I don't know if she's ground. I know King is ground. Regardless, we should be able to take her out with a Dream Eater. Because Dream Eater is psychic, and that'll be strong versus her poison side. Yes. I know why they put that there. Because if you would have been full up on items and this guy would have tried to hand you the Master Ball, you'd have been frickin' screwed to walk all the way down and then try to find your way all the way back to come up and get this. No longer need the card key. There. Instead of trying to walk all the way down. Now we have her gym. And I really don't have anything that's set to deal with her, in all honesty. But we've managed so far, so... Yes, you did. Ugh. There were a couple of houses that opened up too. Okay, this is something I was thinking about. Okay, right now we have Hypnosis, put people to sleep. The Dream Eater, which is a psychic move. The Nightshade, which is a ghost move. And then we could remove Confuse Ray. Decent attack. We could put Psychic on you. And then you would have a direct psychic attack if you just can't seem to land that sleep. I mean, I lose Confuse Ray. Is that big of a deal? It's always the flip of a coin. I think we're gonna do it. Okay, there's a house up here that opened as well. I'm gonna look. Oh, that's what you were worried about? I think this is, yeah, the copycat. She gives you like the mirror move or whatever. Oh, weird. A game with Mario wearing a bucket on his head. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I don't need it. I thought for sure you just went up and talked to her, though. That's also the only truth, the only evidence in Pokemon to prove that Red speaks. That whole ... thing where people think he's super stoic and he doesn't talk. He actually is talking, because otherwise she can't mimic him and irritate him when he's like, stop saying what I say. That's very blatant proof that he is talking. Yeah. Now this is where the anime proves wrong, because the anime claims, hey, just go get a ghost. No, it's bullshit. Really? I did not know that. I think you're water, aren't you, Slowpoke? You are. Holy crap. Okay, beat that guy. Do, Jiggy, do. Spoopy. Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. Damn. Come on. Damn. There we go. Okay, Spoopy, make him sleep. Alright, he's down. Slowpoke, this time we're going to change. Because we know now. Pedal Dance will be more than enough for him. Doom. Mr. Mime. Switch. I want to say he was just Psychic at this time. Which means Spoopy comes back out. Fucking freak. You stay asleep. That's fine. Okay, yep, got him. Kadabra. Yep, stay out there. You know, I admit it's cheap, but I don't have any other way to deal with a Psychic Gym. A lot of people I know over the years have been like, oh man, that gym is so hard. But the reason it was hard is because they didn't give you a real fighting chance. The game was unbalanced back then. Yeah, that's what's going to be interesting. When I'm done with this, I'm going to yellow. Let's switch and see that we don't... Even he kind of looks super freaky, like... Okay, growl at me, you're dead now. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's... Jeez. Picking up this psychic was definitely a good idea. It's already proven its worth. Ugh. It's okay. Good. See if we can't get preemptively on this one. So far, he seems to be focusing on slow bros and whatnot. So if we're lucky and he keeps that same pattern, we'll be ahead of the curve just by putting him... And of course it's Mr. Mime. Of course it is. Of course. You know what? We're going to try to Thunderbolt it anyway. See if we can't get away with this anyway. That's a pretty fast turtle. Awesome. That's a fast turtle. That's a mean-ass move. Blastoise has definitely been a top tier this run. I got myself a real good Blastoise. Huh. Oh, man. I meant Giovanni to be the end, but I just couldn't... I couldn't go to sleep without actually attempting this gym. There we go. Heal him up. Oh, well, okay. somehow got turned around and all that, but there we are. We're back on track. Okay, Spoopy in the front, and we'll see how it goes, who comes up, what we deal with. All right, let's see it. Pretty cool sprite for her back then. Not sure what the whip is all about, but whatever. I feel like this is the cheapest freaking run I've ever had on Pokemon in my life. I have never used so much sleep in Pokemon ever. Like, I cannot... Shouldn't matter. Last Nightshade. Mr. Mime. In trouble. Oh, damn. Got it. Oh, it woke right up. Okay, let's see if we can't get a little bit of life back. Come on, hit pretty good. It's not great, but it's something. And as long as he's still asleep, we'll get a little more healing on top of it. That's right, keep sleeping. I'm gonna keep eating. Okay, okay. Took some heavy hits there, got most of the life back. Really, Venomoth. You know what? We're gonna do it. Probably a stupid idea, but we're gonna do it. This should be bug poison, I think. Ice should hurt it. Really? Oh, he's dead. Fire punch it. That's your level of super effective? Gloves, man. You may be the worst thing on my team. That makes me feel bad. Wow. Does he not have the stats proper to make use of what he's using or something? Like... Oh no, this guy's just got hard-ass defense because Ice Beam barely did anything either. Alakazam. Okay. You know what? I'm going to shake the earth. I don't give a shit. Survive it. That's right. Earth shaky. Bite his ass. Survive it. You're a beast. Okay? You're fine. Bite him. Oh, you're a bitch. Fine then. You know what? Just in case you recover again, Earth shaky. You're a beast. Be a beast. Be a beast. Yes. Shell shocker. Psi wave. Psychic powerful waves to inflict damage. Well, you know, I have to question because that psi wave, when you used it on me, it didn't exactly kick my ass. It took like 1 hit point off my turtle. It was the psi beam that was hurting me. So I mean, I guess your psi wave paralyzed me after it hit me, but it didn't do any real damage. Nothing to fucking brag about. So that was a nice pain in the ass right there. You know you can fish in the statues? You can also surf on the statues. Okay. Okay. There we go. He's the weakest, and then it goes down from there. And gloves. Man. You better... His attack is 98. His attack is 31. Level 15. What's your attack? 86. 91. 85. 54. You have the highest attack. Like, okay, your special isn't that great, maybe. Is that the problem? Is that the problem? Is it... Do I need strictly physical attacks with you? Because that ice punch and everything should be... I just feel like it should be doing out more damage than that. You have the highest attack in the group. So strength is working very well for you. And the Comet Punch definitely lays it on hard. But maybe those are special attacks or something. Ice Punch and Fire Punch. In Gen 1, I don't remember the special thing being a big deal. I really don't. Maybe it was. Maybe it was a much bigger deal than I remember. Because, man, he's... Okay. Which means the next one we're going for is we're headed to the island. So that means next we'll head for that island. And that island is going to be where we get the last of our Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, we did pretty damn good. And it looks like if we continue on the path that we're on, it looks like this game will end at around 20 to 22 hours. That's what I'm thinking. Because we've been knocking it out pretty good here, and this is going to be the last main stretch. Yeah. Tomorrow should be the last main stretch of it in terms of go to Cinnabar Island, pick up the Pokemon that we need, put him in there, put him in the team. Then we'll have Fly. Then that'll be pretty much the mainstay. Aside from some training here and there, we'll be ready to move. Yeah. Okay. Later on.